Hi everybody, it's Lace, and for this trophy contest that we have up, trophy room contest, I went all out because I've been building this golf course in Diamond Fields, a putt golf course, and as part of it, there was things I wanted to do with the house that's in the interior of the putt golf course, and so the trophy room contest got me motivated to finally start finishing this up. Of course, it took many days of hunting, lots and lots of hunting to get the particular heads that I wanted and needed in order to do this. Because it's not just, it may look like just a mismatch of just a bunch of trophies on the wall, but each little section, as you can see one, two, three, four, five sections in this particular screenshot. There's five sections in themed areas. It goes very particularly with the menu because this is the food court of the Putt golf course. And when I say menu, I've even gone so far as to make a menu of the items that are here. And one moment, let me get that up. So here we have our opening page, and I just got a little crazy with the ASCII art and made it look like a little bit of golf coursing, if that was a word, and diamond fields. So just a little playful, fun entry. But as we look at this and click on the first page, it says location 1 west side. This is the west side because I have my compass up here and stuff, and I had to turn on the UI real quick for this. But we're going to see what the menu is. And first off, we've got Pristini Smoked Salmon Panini. And it's a large loaf sliced bread surrounds this smoked salmon fillet smothered in a cucumber cream cheese, sprinkled with pepper flakes and toasted to perfection. So if we look over here, we've got the pepper, we've got some cheese, we've got the bread, and of course we've got salmon and stuff. So that's how that goes. And the second one, big bass with potatoes, roasted garlic mashed potatoes. And we've got some, we don't really have garlic that can be placed, so a little bit of onions there. And we got our bass, and we got potatoes, and there's like a little plate of it started to be plated for the food. And I've done this basically going around the room. So here we have all of our wolf head stuff, right? And we've got Who's Afraid of Virginia Wolf, and it's a 5 alarm chili with the various types of wolves that are, displayed here. And then we've got margarita wolf fajitas served on a pita. We got our little pita bread. We got our tomatoes, peppers, and onions displayed that goes right along with that menu. Moving along, we've got the crock stuff. And we've got big old crocodile tears, sauteed onions, garlic, hearty chunks of crocodile tail with the salty tears of all the kitchen scullions who peeled all those onions. So lots of onions. We've got the Amen Cayman burger. It's a half-pound Cayman patty served on a toasted bun with sliced tomatoes, hot peppers, and melted in a thick slab of cheese. Well, there's our peppers, onions, we got our cheese, we got our tomatoes, and we've got the big giant buns for them, and he's all ready to be served up. Moving along, we'll come back to the troll in a minute, because those are for drinks, actually. It's the Thirsty Troll, and it's actually named for a place that used to actually exist in Tampa. It was called the Thirsty Troll, and one of the drinks on their menu is something I used to order at the Thirsty Troll, but we'll hit that in a second. So next up, we've got peppered deer steak. Peppered deer steak cooked to order, served with a house salad that's topped with a zesty dressing. We've got all our fixings for a salad over here. And then, of course, the peppers and stuff like that. We've also got deer beer jerky. See, look at me thinking of beer. We've got deer jerky to go, which is a half-pound of kippered deer meat in a convenient to-go bag. And we've got it already bagged up and ready to go, and you can take it on the golf course for you for a little light snack. Now, one of the questions you might have is why are you have all these little deer hats and stuff? And why do you have all these little wolf hats here? Well, if I open the book up again, let me just get to the end because we'll skip ahead a little bit. Any children, accompanied children, because we don't want children in here by themselves, accompanied children receive a wolf, bear, or stag hat with an entree purchase. So that's why we have the little hats here and then the little deer stag hats here, because it's for the kids. Because kids want to play putt golf, right? And I know we have some kids in the game. Not all of us are adults, and some of us are just kids at heart. So anyway, that's kind of this section a little bit, and there's some of our deer steak served up there with the hot pepper deer steak, just to show it. And that's kind of how the theme of this goes. We're going to move to the other side because it is different items. The menu shows on both sides, but this one obviously is going to have a little bit different items because we've got different trophies. So here we've got Arctic timber wolf and polar bear. This is on the east side of it. And we've got the supine lupine po' boy. And this is an open-faced baguette served with chunked Arctic wolf and dressed with a creamy white cheese topping. We've also got the Polar Patroller, when in season. And I had to put that in there, when in season, because I spent 17 days to get this one polar bear head. I know other people have had better luck, but it took me 17 days of hunting to finally get one to drop. And every day I'd do a couple hours of polar bears, couple hours of polar bears. Anyway, the Polar Patroller is in season right now, and any hungry hunter will be satisfied with two 1/3 pound polar bear patties surrounded in bacon on a black bread bun and topped with brine cucumbers. Just dipping gravy is extra. And the reason I say brine cucumbers, even though we don't have cucumbers in the game, I'm sorry, to me, a world just can't exist without pickles, aka brined cucumbers. There has to be some way to find cucumbers and make pickles in this game. Otherwise, food just really just is not going to work for me. So I'm pretending that they exist because I should. Um, so that takes care of that section. Next up, we've got the Hare Bear Brunch. And this is a little wordplay for some of y'all. You might remember the old cartoon called the Hare Bear Bunch, and it was a bunch of bears that had afros. Well, we've got the Hare Bear Brunch, and we've got our hares and our bears. And it's an omelet, a rabbit omelet, basically, served alongside grizzly skewers, think of them as pot stickers, with some garlic mashed potatoes, fizzy wine, and orange juice. Think of that as your mimosa for a brunch. We've got the really fancy silver goblets with some wine and stuff, and our fizzy wine and stuff, and our orange juice. We don't have oranges in game. We only have lemons right now, but you should think that there's got to be an orange somewhere if we've got a lemon. So that's how that one's going to go. And all the components that made that up and our little bear hats for the kids are right there. The next thing is the spare bear ribs. And here you can see our ribs smoking right now over our little smoker, and some of our other meats also smoking. But it's tomatoes with spices and basting sauce for these slow cooked ribs. And we've got our tomatoes, I think, are over here. Yep, we got our tomatoes over here because they're also used on that side. And then we've got the Ballpark Patriarch. It's a foot-long bear sausage cradled in a cheesy garlic-flavored baguette and overloaded with onions and peppers. Napkins are free because that is going to be a messy son of a gun. We've also got obsidian bear snares, and this is a blackened obsidian bear skewered for rapid consumption and served with a side of cucumber cream sauce for dipping, just to cool off a little bit of that blackened flavor. Also, the obsidian bear, that one took me a pretty long time to get too. I think that one was closer to 14 days to finally get that one, just to get one of those. So now we can move on to the Thirsty Troll, which is right here. And we've got the Flaming Pitchers of Death. Like I said, that actually was a real drink, and this really is, it was a spiced wine with cider, and then they put a lemon on top, and they put sugar on top of that and light it on fire. It was just a fun picture of stuff to have because it was on fire. Boogie shots, spice it up with a warm cider and whiskey mixture. Spiked lemonade, because we do have lemons in there. And then 3 cherries on a golf tee, and that's why it's called spiked. Too smooth to keep score. Custom made smoothies of your combination choice of apple, banana, or coconut. And if we look here, we've got a little bit of milk going on. We've got some bananas. We got our coconuts. We got our apples. We have the lemons for the lemonade over here. And then, of course, we just made like a little appetizer and kids' meal menu. And that's your honey bear bites. These are battered and fried grizzly bites drizzled in a light honey. You got your croc rocks. Some battered and fried crocodile chunks served with a mild tangy tomato based dipping sauce. Croc rocks, that's kind of a play on pop rocks. The fish bowl, this is going to be more of my cucumber sauce because I'm really wanting that in the game. With fish-shaped batter nuggets, a giant bowl of the House Blue Ocean Punch, and 6 straws so you can share that drink with everybody. So it's a giant drink with a little appetizer. And then we've got the Timber Sliders, which I don't know if they're on this side of the room. I think I set out a little display of them over here. For those who don't know what White Castle or Crystal Burger are, a lot of places call them sliders, and they're just like little mini burgers. So these are just mini burgers of smoked timber wolf. Cheese is extra, and you can call ahead for takeout orders. So that's really what my whole trophy room was about. It wasn't just about, oh, here's my trophies, and oh, over here, here's my trophies, and that's all you can see in a screenshot. You can't really, understand what all the detail was about, but that's why I wanted to do it. I wanted to go with the golf course and stuff, and I wanted to tell the story that I couldn't tell exactly in so many words on the forums, because y'all know how long-winded I can be. Anyway, that pretty much covers this part of it. I'll be doing more tours of the golf course as it nears completion. It's pretty close to done, and stuff, and the upper deck's already been done for quite some time. They've changed how the gust ball rolls, so I may have to redo the scoring for this. I've come up with one alternative, but I'm not exactly happy with that. Basically, now gust balls, when they come upon any object, they just stop. So before we had, concentric circles in the rug and patterns that were used to indicate, the score. And unfortunately, now it just hits the rug and stops. I've got a query in to see if, that's going to be fixed back to the way it was, where it doesn't just come to a dead halt. Because the funny thing is, if I kick it from here, it'll go past, but if it's coming up on towards the object, it stops. I'm hoping it'll change, but again, if it doesn't, we'll just have to change up how our scoring was from when we've had, tournaments in the past and stuff like that. I guess one other thing I could show you is we've put a little locker room into the country club, because all country clubs have locker rooms, and we've even got little bathtubs in there for you guys to shower in. We've got a locker room set up. On the other side will be the pro shop. Right now it's basically just looks like a yard sale. It is totally not done. So we can run up real quick up the stairs to see the other stuff. This second floor is just going to be for different events, so it's not going to be decoed. It'll be decoed to suit. And if you want to have an event there, let me know and we can get it decoed out for you. This third floor is meant to be like a conservatory kind of thing, an art thing. It's not really done. I'm not happy with it. But you can see there's a few statues in different areas. You know how your fancy country clubs have like a smoking room or a place where people congregate, just like a conversation area. That's what that's meant to be. Again, I'm not quite happy with it yet. This is like the formal dining room, and so you would actually get your meals from the food court delivered here and have a sit down dining area. You've also got a little bar going on and stuff, or little side tables and things like that. Going up to the upper deck, there's also views. There's really great views. This one has the fish on the wall because it means it's opening to the shore. The other one has some bears, and I think I need to get one more bear for that side. And you can see some of my all the extra trophies I have. But that one opens up into more of the wooded area. But anyway, out here at night, you've got a pretty good view of the night sky and stuff. And I put those dragon bone thrones in there because they just look kind of cool and stuff like that. And going up here, this is the deck that some of y'all may see because we've had some events up here already before. But it's just got a little buffet. It's got a little bar. It's got lots of tables. It's got a little dance floor. It's got a DJ booth and stuff like that. But the main thing about it, the reason I like this area so much, is again the view of the night sky. If I zoom in and stuff and maybe get rid of me from the viewpoint, you can see what a great view of the night sky you get. And that's not, it's kind of a 360 view because you can get it over this side, which even you can almost see all the way out into the harbor and the entrance of Diamond Fields, which is that way. So this is to the northeast. You can see the gust ball field, but really it was mainly to see the sky. Look, do you see that? Shooting star. But that's why I love this deck, is because you've got a really nice view of the sky, and this is where we'll have events and stuff, different ones, just like we've had some before, and maybe we'll host a release party here because I think it's big enough for a release party, just even on just this one floor. So that really concludes it. And again, the golf course is down there. You can kind of see some of the holes. I got a little bit more play testing to do on them, and again, just to resolve that issue with the way the gust ball's suddenly now rolling. Since the last time I play tested on this, it's changed. But and then that's the entrance, and you can see that's on the north side. There's also an entrance on the south side of the house over there. So either one will get you into the interior of the house, and this is actually where hole 1 would start, is right over here through this entrance there. Doing a little finishing touches on the deco, but it's mostly done. And that's what I wanted to show you, is how the trophy room goes in conjunction with the whole golf course.